Slow news Saturday. Floyd Wallace gets a bad haircut and loses his beard. Hooks up with a stud. Captain Chad Gue on the road to recovery. Plus, does Chille DeCastro have to worry about a new tax crackdown this tax season? All this and SNORE on this edition of Auditing Insanity. DeCastro may be screwed by IRS tax changes. Black Friday saw no charitable activity at all in the campaigns we follow, as they all went blank for the shopping holiday, with no new contributions and larger issues pending as a tax change for 2024 may come into play for unsuspecting auditors and YouTube personalities. As of the 2024 tax season, anyone making more than $600 for the year on Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal for goods and services will receive a 1099-K tax form from the service provider, and the service provider will be reporting that income to the IRS. While it might not mean much to those who are not taking in a lot of money or someone who is only receiving the money as gifts from friends and followers, for someone like Chille DeCastro, who took in thousands from countless donations and sales from PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, investment in a good tax person might be a lifesaver come tax time. DeCastro is notorious for his abstract filing system, telling those who donate to his many fundraisers just to put in a notation that it's for whatever cause he's raising money for. However, that doesn't consider those donations he gets that don't have a note or the money from the fundraiser that he then uses for his own transactions. His failed attempt to get a 501c3 tax-free charity organization off the ground, which still hasn't happened despite his promises that it would be coming back in 2023. Might actually make things even harder for DeCastro, as he never opened individual accounts to handle his charitable donations and continues to mix his personal and business finances with those of his supposed charitable contributions. The change in the law was ignored for the 2022 and 2023 tax seasons. The law is going to be implemented for the 2024 tax season with a break for consumers. Those making over $600 from the payment processors are going to be getting the forms. The IRS is only worried about those making over $5,000 from the providers for the year. Also, since they are supposed to only apply to transactions where someone is expecting something back for the money they paid, DeCastro could dodge a bullet if his records keeping is top-notch, however. For example, a trifold sale through Venmo would count, while a $200 donation to Jason Dollarhide's fundraising campaign may not count, for example, unless the person who donated was promised goods and services in response to that donation. From the state of DeCastro's record-keeping that we've all seen during his videos, there may be problems ahead for everyone's favorite trifold salesman come tax time. We need your help. This newscast is funded by your donations along with what we make from our YouTube channel per month. While we did achieve full monetization on YouTube, we still need help to get through monthly expenses and keeping the lights on to bring you the paper and the newscast each day. If you can afford it, please consider donating to the GoFundMe run by this very channel. All donations literally go to keeping the lights on, eating, and writing news stories to feature here and on ReallyCoolSite.org. If you can't afford to contribute, please watch the advertisements on our videos and like, share, subscribe, and comment. You can help by doing next to nothing, and we thank you in advance for pitching in. Wallace loses beard, gains the stud in new updates. YouTuber and sex tourist Floyd Wallace suffered a blow to his ego on Friday as he lost his beard due to an accident with a barber earlier in the day. Wallace, who is notorious for refusing to change clothes, shower, or get a haircut unless his fans donate money to his various fundraisers, was getting a rare haircut and beard trim when he explained that the barber cut too much from one side of his beard, resulting in his decision to remove the rest of the beard. What could not be explained, however, was why Wallace allowed the man to go on to shave his head. His new haircut is ill-fitting and strange for Wallace's head, and should be a reminder not to use a barber who you cannot communicate with in their native language. Wallace's fans picked on him for the hair, but were instantly distracted by the fact that Wallace was now accompanied by the woman known as the Stud, who most of Wallace's more appearance-focused fans hate. The Stud is a masculine woman, who Wallace has previously used to cook, clean, and chauffeur him around Colombia. The pair had a massive falling out at the end of Wallace's last trip as he was ditched by another girl and took the Stud to a resort town in his last days in the country. Wallace became upset when the Stud opted to stay with her family in a nearby town instead of with Wallace, who expected her to perform the same services at his Airbnb as sort of a live-in maid and sexual object as she had previously been doing. When the Stud was an hour late for their planned date at the resort, Wallace had anger management issues, swore off the Stud, and proceeded to film himself doing all of the activities by himself. Wallace's fans cheered their breakup, as the Stud's appearance and masculine qualities were not appreciated by the majority. They took every opportunity to insult and degrade her where possible and cheered on Wallace for breaking up with her in such a harsh manner. Her appearance on the live stream has brought the same negative reaction towards her from his core audience, with several leaving the same sort of negative messages and attacks on her appearance and character as before. Always divisive when she appears, despite how well the woman treats Wallace, cooking, cleaning, driving, being a general nice person and partner for the YouTuber. Her appearance becomes an issue as Wallace's brand focuses on teaching his audience how to pick up the most attractive women in the countries he visits. Wallace's Friday night live stream focused the pair walking around Belo Medellin, Colombia, for 15 minutes before Wallace entered a shopping mall and his signal was disrupted. He did not return to streaming after that. The YouTuber has returned to Colombia despite still owing money for his probation fees, and recently launched a campaign to allow his fans to pay the fee while he continues his sex tour of the country. Chad Gue doing better disputes Beth Risk claims. Captain Chad Gue of the Ironton, Ohio, Police Department, who was hospitalized over the past week with stroke-like symptoms and temporary blindness, released a statement to his YouTube community page late Friday night. "I'm down but not out. God will deliver, as he always does. I am blown away by the support and touched deeply. Life isn't about how hard you hit. It's how hard you can get hit and getting up, keep moving forward. Think of how cool the comeback story will be for God's glory. Keep praying and I'll be back. Jesus is Lord." Gue suffered an incident Tuesday where he was hospitalized after experiencing trouble with his vision and numbness down the left side of his body. He was eventually transferred to Ohio State Hospital, where he underwent a number of tests. Despite former Ironton police officer Beth Risk announcing to Jose Chille DeCastro's side chat that Gue had a stroke, prompting DeCastro to make comments both mocking Gue and supporting Gue's recovery, Risk had no contact with the family, nor did her comments prove truthful. As the week progressed, from statements from Gue's family, tests showed that both a stroke and an aneurysm were ruled out as causes of Gue's symptoms. According to a statement attributed to Gue on Thursday, all of the potential life-threatening stuff was ruled out, and Gue was set to be released from the hospital either late on Thursday or early Friday. Gue gained fame when he stood up to Jose Chille DeCastro back in 2022 after DeCastro's famed, or infamous, trip to Ironton, Ohio. Gue accepted DeCastro's challenge to a cage match and helped set up an event between the two with proceeds going to a charitable cause. DeCastro blamed a knee injury and high blood pressure for backing out of the fight, later admitting that he was afraid that Gue and his police buddies would attack him and make him disappear after the event. The match was held anyway, with Gue accepting the symbolic victory and an internet title belt that later was given to masshole troll mafia leader K. Peter. Gue recently confirmed that he was still working, despite former Ironton police officer Beth Risk claims that he had retired from the force. There has been no word from Gue as to how long he'll be off his feet or the cause of his illness. Those seeking to follow his recovery can do so at his YouTube channel at Legicator7270.